sturdy chair and finding your comfortable position, coming forwards by halfway on the seat itself, lengthening through the spine, pushing up through the crown, and feeling an upward flow of energy all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale, creating length and space. Knees are in line with the hips, and the knees are stacked over the ankles, feet placed firmly on the floor, pushing through all four corners. Gently start to roll the shoulders, opening the chest and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Beautiful. In today's practice, you can breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, or you may choose to breathe in and out through the nose. You choose. Pushing through the crown of the head to lengthen the spine now, creating some space. Squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears and then depress them, pushing them away, creating that space between your earlobe and the shoulder. Releasing any tension out of the trapezius, where all our emotion gets caught up. Good. Really pushing those shoulders down. Sitting tall, finding the length through the spine, creating space. Starting to breathe. Take your right arm over your head. Place 2 fingers either side of your ears and gently put pressure on the head, tilting the ear to the right shoulder. Don't pull it down, just let gravity work with you, feeling the stretch through the left side of your neck. Good. Keeping the breath going, starting to bring more awareness to our breath. Then gently change over to the opposite side. One side might feel tighter than the other, and it's good to notice that. Still remaining seated tall, try not to let yourself slump into the chair. Good. Now with your right hand, take it back to the head as you gently look down, gazing down towards your right hip there, and just encourage a stretch through the neck, nice and gently. Taking a breath in and out, and changing over to the other side. Now when we come into seated in a moment, I'd like you to sit tall, tucking the chin into the chest, ever so slightly to lift up through the back of the head. Finding the length again through the spine, pushing up through the crown. Elevate your right arm, take the left, place your left hand over the right wrist, and then lean over to your left hand side so you're getting a really good lateral stretch right the way from the hip all the way up through that armpit. And then changing over, pulling up and leaning over. Coming back into centre, placing the hands down gently on the knees. Give the shoulders a little bit more of a roll there, releasing any of that tension that you've just dislodged. Rubbing your hands together, get the friction going, create some energy through the palms of the hands and gently cup the eyes. Softening the gaze behind your hands. You can gently close the eyelids if you'd like to and just feel the energy you've created in the palm. Perhaps you want to focus on your third eye chakra here, just between the eyebrows. Bringing your awareness to the breath, feeling the warmth, and being exactly where you need to be in this very moment. Gently release the hands, keeping the eyes closed at this stage, and gently flutter them open, nice and slowly. We're going to do some eye yoga. So in your own time, look left and right, up and down. Not focusing on anything in particular. Give your eyes a bit of a rest from the screen time that we're so familiar with now. And as a challenge, trace the letter of your first name. So for instance, mine is H. I'm going to trace an H with my eyes. Shuffling in your seat, getting comfortable, ready for our practice. Take a nice deep breath. Settling into this practice now, having arrived. Pushing down through the feet and coming into cat-cow. Inhale, tuck the chin to the chest, pushing the back towards the back of the chair. And as you exhale, we're going to come in the opposite direction, looking up and pushing your chest forwards. Now, if you have tightness in your lumbar area of the back, then focus there. If your shoulders are tight, then focus there. Beautiful, pushing back. Really creating that C curve, one way and the other. Really releasing the tension from the vertebrae, starting to warm up the spine as well. Good. Sitting tall, pushing up through the crown. Take your right hand and place it on the top of the back of the chair. Your left hand gently comes around, so you're in a rotated position here. Really good for our digestive system. We're going to inhale and exhale normally in our seated twist. Gently coming back into centre. Placing your left hand to the top of the chair, your right hand to the seat, and again a lateral twist. Beautiful. Taking a breath here, engaging the core muscles, drawing the belly button into the base of the spine, wiggling to get yourself comfortable. Lifting up through the back and the crown of the head as you elevate and inhale, bringing your arms all the way up. And coming down into our first seated deep forward fold. You may wish to place your hands on some blocks or books, or on the ground, framing the feet with your hands, whatever feels good to do so. Focusing on the breath as you come up and gently release back down. Finding your inhalation, gently come up and place your hands onto your knees. And as you exhale, come into half forward fold. And although we're seated, this is still an active practice to push the feet into the ground, root yourself down. Elevating the arms at a 90-degree bend, coming forwards about 45 degrees into our seated chaturanga. You can bring your arms closer together so that the hands are in front of you, or giving your chest some space. Do what feels good here. Elevating the arms, framing the ears with your straight arms. Palms facing down into our seated downward facing dog. Keeping that core engaged, pulling the belly button into the base of the spine. If this is too much here, you can place your hands onto your hips, but keep leaning forwards. Find inhalation, gently squeeze your knee into your chest, really helping your digestion here. Doesn't matter what knee you've gone for, as long as you do the other side next time. And still find the length through the spine, keeping really tall. Gently place the leg down. Inhale. Exhale as you come back down into a deep forward fold. Gently reaching to frame the feet with your hands, or place the hands on a block or book. Coming up slightly and coming back down. And you'll find each time you do this that you're stretching, you're warming, and you may be able to come down a little bit further each time. In breath, extend the arms in front of you, frame the ears with the biceps and hinge from the hips all the way up. As you exhale in this extended mountain pose, sweeping the arms down into mountain with your palms facing forwards. Engaging the core. Inhale, elevate the arms again. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, hinging from the hips all the way down into our deep forwards fold. Bringing your attention to the breath. Allowing yourself to feel active within this practice. Hands onto knees. Half forward fold. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back down. Deep forward fold. Finding the inhalation. Exhale. Coming back into seated. Elbows bent. Chaturanga. Leaning forward slightly. Pushing through those feet all through four corners. Keeping the breath going. Extending the arms, frame the ears with the biceps, palms facing down, downward facing dog. Again, if it's too strong at this stage, hands can come and gently be placed onto your hips. Do what feels good. And then find your inhalation and draw your opposite knee towards you, squeezing it in. You can rest your foot on the chair or just gently hold it. And gently place the foot back down, hip distance apart, sitting tall. And as you exhale, come back down into a deep forward fold. Come up slightly and then deepen the forward fold a little bit more. Are you noticing the difference? Is anything feeling a little bit more fluid as you're moving through? Inhale and exhale to sweep the arms up, hinging from the hips. Extended mountain pose to frame your ears with your biceps. Drawing the arms down beside you, palms facing forwards for Tadasana mountain pose. Let the body soften, let the shoulders drop. Palms of the hands together, inhale. Exhale, push the tips of the fingers upwards. Soft gaze looking up and draw them down to heart center on the exhalation. Inhale, looking up. Exhale to heart center. One last time, in and out. Stepping into this new week, I will cherish the mind and body that I have been blessed with. With my feet, I will point into the direction of self-growth and positivity. With my stomach, I will nourish my being and honour my body with the fuel it needs. With my lungs, I will breathe through any challenge that presents itself, to remain calm, both physically and mentally. With my heart, I will show my compassion and kindness to those around me. With my head, I will endeavour to be mindful as I live more in the moment as each week goes on. As I imagine what this week will be, I present positive affirmations, and with each step I take, my footprints will be right there next to yours. Well done, beautiful.